Okay, we are back. Classic music glitch. I guess no audio is probably the proper name. Okay, that's a gentle start back. Oh. Wait, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. I confused my brain for a moment. So the laundromat was actually very nice. Probably the most pleasant experience I've ever had there. Simply because there was only one person there, and it was the maintenance guy because somebody busted one of the washers. And there was like soap and water everywhere. But like, I just fucking walked in, did my thing, walked out. I was depressingly somewhere between 40 and 60 pounds. I didn't even need the 80-pounder, but I didn't even need the 60-pounder, but it was like, I don't want this guy to see me shove a bunch of shit in the 40-pounder as he's fixing one on the other end. I would never break a washer, that's fucked up, but I mean, I don't think you're ever planning to do it. I think you're just an idiot and you accidentally do it. I would think if somebody was sabotaging your laundromat, they would destroy more than just one washer. Loving seeing the big fish again. I was scared when we got back we wouldn't see him, but we'll see. We'll see if we catch any more records. Yanking up some gobblers is always nice. I do that a lot. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. I'm so glad the first thing I did was not just run off the edge. Although it feels, it's the water. It's the water moving at multiple angles, I think. It like gave me the sensation that Max was moving. Like I had stick drift. I think it's just all the water moving. Right? Yeah, because if I look at the top of the fishing pole, that's so trippy. If I look at Max, it looks like he's slowly rotating, but when I look at the top of the fishing pole, the illusion goes away. I don't know if other people can see that, or if I'm just crazy. Could be. number of things. Do I notice it on the other screen? Is there... Kind of? I'd have to get closer, I think. Okay, I get it. I get it. You're tiny. Just come on. Join the crew. Yeah, I still notice it on the other screen. I think it's time. Oh. I'm not even sure how I hit those buttons. Maybe it was like a panic save or something? Excuse me. Nope. Got in. Got to check the washers. Got to find the one I wanted. Obviously, I stayed away from the maintenance guy because he didn't want to be annoyed. Looked him over, picked the one I wanted, set my timer, closed my phone. At some point, just clicked out of the timer, opened my phone and realized I didn't have the timer running. Was super annoyed about that, but again, nobody was there, so I got to pick my parking spot so I could see into the store. Just sat in the car, looked at my phone, watched the washer. Because I bet nothing's nicer than, like, when you get to do a call, a maintenance call, and you get there and there's no one there, and it's like, okay. It sucks that I have to fix this fucking thing, but at least no one's here. But I was in there as fast as I was like literally a kid in an arcade pumping quarters into this washing machine like as fast as I could. I guess that's not even a good example because kids don't even put that many like coins in an arcade machine compared to a washer. That wasn't even a good example. I was just chain feeding quarters into the thing. You'd have to be literally just quitting the game to feed it quarters like I was feeding this washing machine. If I could have rolled them down my arm and into the machine like fluidly, I would have. But I am not fluent in coin dexterity tricks. I'm sure there's a term for that. Just coin tricks. I was moving them quick though. One finger on the coin return just in case it ate a quarter. have to say, for all of its downsides, it's a very nice laundromat. Big ass machines, great prices. It's open 24 hours. Again, I think if you get in there within a 2 or 3 hour window, it's like $2 off. Phenomenal. And they're not even popular hours. They're inconvenient as shit. But if you can hit them, it's not like they're slammed. It's a fucking laundromat. Strangely, the most popular times are not with actual laundromat customers. But man, it's compared to all the other ones in the area, because there's like 10 in a very close proximity, it is by far the cheapest. By like $5 at like some places. But I think the whole point of that is to keep other people out. And I don't even mean with like discount. $7 with discount. Which is like a whole other load of laundry. And we used to go to a couple of those places, but man, like one of them, I swear to God, he opened when he woke up. And it made me so mad. And it was just like, okay, this is not a surf shop. This is not a freaking, like, dive bar. This isn't a freaking secret little butcher where you open up and you get the best meats whenever you decide to. There's a laundromat where we gotta do some laundry. And, like, it'd be like 11 o'clock and we'd pull up. And I swear to God, this guy would just be getting out of his car because we showed up. And it's like, are you serious? Like, why are the doors not unlocked? And then he always had something to chat about. And it was just like, I can't do this anymore. And I tried out, I think, like 3 other laundromats. One of them, I was just getting stared at by everybody there, and it was just like, okay, I don't think I'm supposed to be here, or like, this is one of those situations where I'm naked and I don't realize it because I'm imagining my clothes, but I just decided something wasn't right there for me. But I found the other one, and I just remember being like, oh my God, look at the size of these machines. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Why would anybody not come here? And I went there for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months in a row, just loving it. Loved it. Never had a bad experience. And then all of a sudden one day I like walked in and it was like filled with people. And it was just like, oh. Is this like when it's popular? And then, like, as I'm looking around, I'm just like, okay, this is like, oh, okay, this is when they make the homeless people. Oh, that's fucked up. They, like, bully the shit out of them and fucking make them come at night or something like that. That's fucked up. They got all, of all the people who could do their laundry whenever they want, they make these fucking people come at night. It's fucked up. And then, like, I kept going. And all of a sudden I realized, like, there was no consistency in time. It had nothing to do with laundry. It was simply dependent on weather, which is, like, just as shitty from their point of view. Like, that's fucked up that they had to use the laundromat to survive in that part of town, but, like, I never realized until then that's why nobody used that laundromat. And it's just, it's 24 hours. They can go whenever they need it. It's a shelter. It's literally a shelter. Just like the 2 concrete slab wall thing I was talking about. But I ain't going to a different laundromat, man. Like 80 pounds? That's 1 load. It's been so long since I've done 2 loads of laundry. 80 pounds of laundry is a lot. It's a unit of a machine. I love it. $7 for 80 pounds of laundry. Like, what? Nah, get at me. And it's not tacked onto my water bill. It works out. It works out. I actually don't know that at all. I'm not that smart. Those numbers freak me out, and when I start thinking about it and it doesn't work out, it makes me stressed. So I just assume it works out. And it doesn't hurt me, so, you know, there we go. It was crazy though, because like, I remember jumping through all these hoops through my head, like, oh my god, that makes sense. Like, you gotta wash your clothes, you gotta keep up that. You can't have your oils just soaking into your clothes. You can just, you know, the coldest nights, throw your spare jacket in the dryer, bring it out, bring that core temperature up if you need it. It's like, oh my god. And then I realized, like, they ain't fucking spending any spare change on the dryer to warm up a spare jacket. What the fuck am I thinking? Like, they're all just fucking hanging out in the back half of the store where the goddamn wind isn't hitting you. Like, it's an Occam's razor. Occam's? Occam's. It's the simplest solution. Again, it's a fucking free-ass shelter with a vending machine that, again, doesn't just serve candy bars and stuff like that. I mean, again, it's like Nutri-Grain and Nature Valley, but like, no normal person would ever choose those over the vending machine that's got like Hershey's, Twix, and other stuff. The Pop-Tarts I could see, but like, man, I feel it. If I could, if I had like fucking Mr. Beast money, I'd be opening laundromats with goddamn hot dog rollers in them. Turning a blind eye late at night to the hot dog roller. Oh no, where'd my hot dogs go? Cameras face everywhere but the hot dog roller. Son of a bitch. That's good shit. Little things can lift people up immeasurable amounts. And a hot meal is one of them. But who the fuck can afford a laundromat out of nowhere? What the fuck? I'm assuming that's expensive as shit. The piping alone to get all... That's something you have to buy pre-built. I cannot imagine getting a laundromat built. What the fuck? You know, I would probably know the numbers on that if I actually stuck with Breaking Bad. So shame on me. God, do I need to watch Breaking Bad just so I can get the answer to that? Because I'm not Googling it. I would rather watch that show to try to get an answer than Google it. I worked at a car wash. The piping in that motherfucker, whew, shit was crazy. I remember when something would go down, I would always just happily think to myself, like, we're done. Like, let's just stand around and look busy. Like, because every time the maintenance guy gets here, he's angry. Like, angry. And it's like, I just try not to piss him off. So, yes. But yeah, like a laundromat. Oh god, there's 3 washers when you walk in. Like 8 behind it, 8 in front of those, and then... Oh god. There's like 6 behind that. So we're at 25. I use like a special grouping of 4. So there's 29, and then there's probably, yeah, there's probably like 24 of them, and those all have, oh my god, that's, yeah, that's something you buy pre-built. You don't build that. You wait till somebody built it, loses their money on it, and then you buy it. Unless you're franchising. Then I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know anything about business. I just know things cost money, and that gets expensive. The real money. Oh my god. I'm gargling over here. The real money is learning to do the piping. That's where it's at. But you gotta find a motherfucker to teach you that shit. You want to talk about a career path, one with like a bunch of people hoarding secrets? Tradesmen. I don't know personally, it's all secondhand information, but it is nigh impossible to find the time in working hours to actually have somebody train you and not just use you as a second hand or lackey. Again, no personal experience with that, but I have heard quite a bit. As soon as you get hired, they're just trying to get more jobs done with you as a second hand instead of actually, you know, taking the time on each job to teach you what's getting done. Which is understandable, but at the same time, not really how it works unless you're paying them well enough to be just a lackey. Which is funny because you don't want to just pay a lackey a ton of money, but like, that's what lackeys deserve. I mean, the shit, I mean, it's a lackey. It's why they're specifically not paid. Because it's fucked up once you start, like, taking it into account. See, okay, so oh man, you motherfucking piece of shit. I was looking at the tail. That tail is massive. And I think that's... Is the model size he holds actually influenced by both numbers? I think it's influenced by centimeters somewhat. But would the one in the tank be too? Oh, maybe width. I don't look at the width of the fish ever. Oh, man. Have I been missing out on something this whole time? The only time I ever look at the width of the fish is when they turn sideways, but I don't, like, go out of my way for that or pay attention to it. I honestly just get irritated. I turn and look away. Turn and look away. Or, oh, is it turn and push? What does he say? Abracadaniel! Oh my god. What season of Adventure Time is it? 4? What has Wizard Battle in it? I was just reading a discussion on Reddit about when everything changed, and it was something to do with the, oh, when was it? It was the Wintertime episode about Simon, the Ice King previous. Or the Ice King previous. The Ice King's previous persona. The Ice King previous would be, all I can think of is Evergreen. Oh, what is his name? I can't think of it. Oh, I am like petrified. How difficult? These fish are going to be difficult to catch. This is what I have been looking for difficulty-wise for a long time. The problem is I can't target the fish. If we could knock off the Gila and the Gummy, or just one of them like I thought I was going to, this would be totally... well, it would be, and it wouldn't be. Because as I said that, I thought to myself, like, yeah, if I could... oh, big as shit. That's a hefty motherfucker. Damn. But I was just like, oh yeah, if there was like, where is it we could catch 2 giant fish with just 1 small one at least? And then I was just like, oh wait, bonds. Hama Hama Kaji bonds. Which, if that was Bobo's, I would never leave. Literally never leave. I wouldn't even switch to lure rod. 100th the stream's gonna show. It's either my fish or me out of bounds. We're getting good bites. Good stuff, good stuff. Kinda, I guess. Oh, yep, shoot. Fuck, god damn it. Son of a bitch. At least I didn't fall. That's all that matters. Not really, but kind of. I don't feel like getting back up here. I just, I don't, there's something about staging the background of the pictures that just makes me giggle with joy. I don't know. It's probably just the fact that I'm doing goofy things with it, like the Shigura aren't really supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to be down here. I wish the spot over by Dr. Dell's house worked, because that's a great background, but the invisible bobber glitch causes me some serious anxiety. FOMO as well. I guess no, FOMO causes me anxiety. I think. I don't know, I'm not a fucking psychologist. I am a video gameologist. I think. Probably. Right now, I'm an ichthyologist. My name's Jeremy Wade. Anglo-biologist. I guess he just called himself a biologist. Never mind. No need to go overboard. Yeah, look at that. It's got the green, like, something's going on. Is this the effect when you go, like, past Mexico and you end up in the Amazon? Wait, no. The Amazon... No, yeah, that's in South America. I've seen enough Breaking Bad to know what Mexico looks like. What's funny is I'm not even sure, like... I tell people all the time I quit watching Breaking Bad because of the fly scene, or the fly episode. And I don't even know if it's the same one. Like, it's not the fly episode where there's a fly contaminant. I'd have to go back and, like, actually watch it, but, like, there was just another fly scene where I was just like... It might be the same episode. It might just be a different scene of the same episode. I don't know, but I just couldn't do it. I don't remember if I watched something else or I literally decided to live my life to the fullest. Probably watched something else. So I'd like to know the development behind, like, how the Gila got down here instead of the Umatakara. Oh. No, wait. So I was gonna say, damn it. I just had like an epiphany moment where I was just like, I'm the biggest idiot alive. And I was just like, Starlight Canyon upper, or whatever, Starlight Canyon, whatever not lower is, raining. I was like, that's gotta be Barga or Yorda's Valley. It's gotta be. Why would I not think of those? And then as I'm thinking it, like, quietly to myself, I was just like, wait, those can't fucking rain, can they? And I was just like, no, they can't. So I'm guessing at some point these were supposed to have weather, and maybe the other levels were supposed to be intermittent fishing levels? Maybe every other, or the first three, or I don't know. But something about this and the start of Ocean Roar makes me scratch my head. Chapter 5 has no fishing, which sucks. Chapter 6 only technically has fishing. It's got Chapter 2 Rainbow Butterfly Woods fishing. I hope so. I left my PS2 on, so this is the one. Oh, so it's 138, 163. So Hopefully. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. I just caught a 52 Gila not too long ago. So, doing all right. We've caught a few gobblers. I caught a 100 centimeter one, I think. Which isn't massive, but still good. I love this spot. I don't display gobblers very well for some reason. They keep spinning the worst imaginable way, and I'm almost wondering if it's the way you stand. Ooh, 53! I think you have a 57 Gila. Damn, that's a big one. So Gila and Piccoli are definitely the bigger of the four. That's for sure. Gummy's like the smallest fish in the game. Ah, Piccoli's down there. And then the Neji's not too small, but since it's on a lure rod, I don't know. I've seen them up to 50 actually, if you consider the lure rod. Because I caught one that was 100 FP, so you'd cut that in half, and that's 50. That's pretty big for a small fish. On my list, I had no Gila for both Batten and Minnow, and one of the first fish I caught was a Gila. So I think the first time I came down here and tested everything, I had stupendous luck and just didn't run to any Gilas. But depressingly, you can catch both Gummy and Gila on all types of bait down here. Except for petite fish. Petite fish only catch gobblers. 57 Gummy, 31 FP. He's massive. I might scream. If I see a 60 centimeter, that'd be crazy. So yeah, I think some fish like that can get bigger but smaller as well. Like I haven't done Priscline or Den or anything yet, but like Tartan can do it too. Tartans can get down to like 20, but their max is like 85 or some shit. It's crazy. I don't get mins and maxes for fish, but I'm trying to, like, as best I can, categorize everything, and so far, the only solid I have found ground is max sizes. I'm sure there's something in there. Oh my god, I did it again. I was just looking at the numbers, and I thought to myself, fucking, that's a gobbler. Or not a gobbler, a gummy. And I was just like, that's the biggest fucking gummy anybody's ever seen. I never know where to look. I feel like if I look straight at the fish, I'm disappointed. But if I look at the numbers, my brain just sets me up for a record and I'm disappointed. I'm always disappointed. I want big fish. And then Qui-Gon just quietly in the back of my head goes, there's always a bigger fish. And then I get back to fishing. The gobbler record was really a nice treat. I'm after the Nonky. However, we've set the Nonky record, except for the 171. We're technically in second place. I think we beat Retro Achievements, but not Pokemon Fan. But Gobbler, I broke my own record, wasn't expecting. Yet I think we're 6 centimeters off the record. It would be insanely sick, but I would have to question it because he's been gone for so long that he didn't just come back with fucking, like, excitement and was just like, fuck this, I'm done. Here's the biggest fish, everyone. And, like, now we know, like, that you can just not only spawn the big... Because I didn't know you could spawn fish until Mackenzie told me that. And not that I think he would cheat or anything like that, but I know he uses the same stuff that Mackenzie does. So, like, again, I don't think he would cheat. But, like, if he came out with a perfect fish, I would just be like, oh, motherfucker, come on. At least make it a 199, 187, or 587 or some shit, but... At this point, I genuinely just want to see, like, you or somebody else who doesn't stream full-time, or record full-time, or, like, it's not their fucking thing they set out to do. I want to just see somebody else's account get it, honestly. At this point, I don't want it to be myself or Pokemon fan. I think Mackenzie's given up. I'll get back to Kaji after this. Well, do I want a Baku Baku? But, like, I mean, that's a healthy mindset to have. I won't disagree with you. But when I look back through my pictures, I literally just, it just happened. Honestly, if anything, I'm starting to more and more believe in the game can fucking see what your biggest fish is and just keeps increasing it. Because it just doesn't make sense. Why doesn't anybody just catch a giant fucking fish? Why? Nobody does. Nobody ever catches a fish 100 FP, 100 centimeters bigger than their limit. It just never fucking happens. Nobody smashes their record just fucking out of the water. It's eerie. I'm almost convinced at this point. I don't like saying it out loud because there's no evidence for it outside of, like, my recordings and maybe if somebody else has some secret fishing recordings. But, like, I've gone entire days of just seeing slow increments. And then the next day I'll catch a fish and it's fucking way bigger than anything I saw the previous day. And it's like, where the fuck was this all day yesterday? Like, I just, at this point, don't fucking know, but maybe. Maybe. I just can't believe in total random at this point, because it's just, it doesn't show itself. Total randomness does not show itself. Because again, you should have seen a massive fish by this point. Anybody who fishes for more than 10 hours straight, of, like, not straight, but not doing levels and fishing at the end of the level, do a level, fish at the end of the level, like, just actual 10 hours of fishing time, should see a record fish. Not even bigger than this. Not even this. I'm not even talking about this. The fact that this fish can get 70 centimeters bigger is just mind-boggling. And it can get bigger than that. Ugh, where's my drink? It's crazy to me. But, like, I'm getting to the point where we just weren't supposed to see these fish. They're supposed to be like, oh, I'm telling you, dude, I caught this fish that was so big you couldn't even see the tail. And it's like, no, you didn't. Shut the fuck up, Brad. you fucking liar. And it's, I swear to God, you couldn't see the tail. It honestly might be the longest fish too. Now I'm gonna pitch you a little idea. I think, yeah, absolutely. I can't remember what Mackenzie's was either. Mackenzie's was fucked up. I have the picture. Yeah, Mackenzie's was a 156, 180, which is the same weight. And when Max is holding the fish, it's based off FP. So Mackenzie's is technically just as big as Pokemon Fans. In the aquarium, Pokemon Fans was way bigger. But honestly, if Nonkies can get to, and this is so crazy that it specifically caught, or they caught this one. If they can get to 171, what stops them from going to 187? And let me pitch this to you. Since we don't have like text or anything, because they started doing text in later videos, the Nonkies from 14 years ago. What stops that from being their first time just fishing for big fish? Like, they caught some big Nonkies and they were like, this is fucking it. I'm catching a big fish. And they spent all their time doing that, and then finally they themselves were a pioneer and did research and were like, okay, like, let's look. Oh shit, Kajis. Holy shit, I've been fishing for the wrong fish. And then started, because you can actually see them catch larger Kaji over time. And then when they finally caught the 172, they pushed for the 176 and probably called it quits. But again, now we know that Kaji get to 187. So, like, unless somebody finds out, how do we know that Nonky don't? Not bad. I was hoping for bigger, but they put up a fight. I am scared of the idea of a 150 plus gobbler. But yeah, I mean, like, we could be looking out here for a world record fish. A 188 centimeter Nonky could be out here lurking. Give me one moment. I have to go to the bathroom because I chugged a bottle of water. Okay, so imagine if Gobbler can actually get the. So that's what we thought. I can't. I'd have to go back and dig through Kevin's videos again. But if I remember correctly, I thought Mackenzie's tests showed it was Baku Baku, Gobbler, or a Nonky at like 171 centimeters. And that's where we originally got like the 180 like mythical fish guess. because we talk about it in my stream where I catch my record gobblers, I think. That's a 12-hour stream, though, so, like, it's hard to just find a single conversation, obviously. But Mackenzie was doing, again, I don't know the science behind the science, but basically, like, a program to do test catches as fast as possible, and then it would do thousands of them and then give you an average. So it wouldn't actually tell you the biggest fish in the catch, but it would tell you the average. And eventually we saw an average of 171, and we were like, okay, so that's not even the biggest, but if it's the average, it means they get huge. So we were like, okay, let's just take a guess and say 180. But again, I think it took me like, I don't know, 50 hours of fishing to finally catch one over 180. I guess technically 179 plus. Oh, nice. Nice display of what I'm catching. Oh, so what I was gonna say while I was in the bathroom, I was looking at my phone because I'm a gross human being. Pokemon Fan 4000's 154 centimeter Nonky that they caught before the giant one was 177 FP. 154 centimeters, 177 FP. Mackenzie's Franken Nonky that was created using the stats pulled from the testing was 156 centimeters, 180 FP. So there appears to be maybe a ratio or an ideal weight, maybe? I don't know. But I looked at the 171 and it's, I think, FP added up to, what was it, like 340 on a lure rod, which is pretty heavy. That's a heavy fish. But again, that's crazy that it's longer than the Kaji potentially, or the same length, but weighs what a Hama Hama does. So it's kind of a bummer, but I don't know. I'm excited. This fish, I mean, the Nonky could potentially be the 200 fish we're looking for. It looks like they didn't give a shit with the Nonky. I, again, thought the Gobbler could get as big, so we'll have to see. I can't imagine it. I thought the... See, and I thought the Baku Baku could too. I think that's crazy. I didn't realize the Baku Baku got shortchanged. I can't believe Barons are almost the exact same size as Bonds. Just slightly bigger almost. I think it's 100 versus 101. That's a bit of a disappointment. It's funny. It doesn't matter what time it is. I have the brightest background imaginable. Real. See, that's wild. I mean, that's smaller than a Hama Hama. I still can't believe there's a bigger Hama Hama out there. There's bigger Hama Hama and Kaji out there. It's just crazy. I mean, like, I'm finally getting over my, like, upsetness of not catching records yet. That night when I caught that 150 that tied my weight record, I was, like, done. I thought I was actually done with fishing that night. $110 sounds about right. I hope it's like way bigger than the bond, because that'll bum me out if they're not that much bigger than bonds. And you fish in the mural place. What's it called? Ancient Mural. That's like where you're supposed to go for them, apparently. Which is crazy that you haven't gotten one. Oh, I'm so excited to do out of bounds Baron fishing though. I hope it's not too difficult. I don't think it is. I think it's really just like trial and error, and then finally you just get out of bounds. The hardest part is, it looks like, is finding the path that they follow to get to the underground hot spring. I was thinking about it. I was just like, I wonder if you can do this on every map. And I'm just like, I wonder if I can fish in like actual Balance Valley. I truly want to see a giant Gila again. Yeah, that's honestly, I would like to go for Mardans. I think they're like a good enough fish to have in the aquarium. Beautiful, bright color. But like, man, it sucks. Like, when you're fishing for them and you catch like 4 in a night, you're like, yes, like we're getting it, we're getting it. And then all of a sudden you sit there for like 3 minutes and you're just like, oh shit, that's fucking right, the time's over. Son of a bitch. I think lures should do away with like time of day. I know that would make Barrens too easy, but, you know, they could just change where the Barrens were, like put them on the volcano at the top or something. It's kind of funny now that I think about it. We were talking about trying to fish in certain areas during the time when the spirits were there, and you're basically always doing that with Barrens. Like, you can't control it, but you are always trying to fish while the spirit's basically there. Oh, the bar's staying up. This is either a small Nonky or this is a good Gila. Not that good, actually. It's a bummer. It will be nice, I think, if I end on Barrens, because at least, yeah, like you said, they're a good fight. And then I can do Dens and Priscleans, I think, as well there. I think you can target Priscleen. But I'll probably just do Din's, Priscleen, and my Barons all together. Thankfully, I can just target Baku Baku at least. You can target Gobblers too, but it looks like Nonky are actually kind of difficult. You either have Piccoli and Tartans as your throwaway fish, or Gummies and Gilas. And I'm not really sure which I'd rather have at this point. I told myself if I don't catch a record down here, which is funny because I actually caught some solid-ass fish, so maybe I will come back. I would just go up to the pond or the lake. I think it's a pond. It has to be so deep that there's no aquatic vegetation at the bottom and like the deepest point. And I definitely think it's a pond. To a degree, yeah. But like, I can't tell the difference between a small Nonky and a 60-centimeter gummy. Like that's a Nonky. But when I was yelling, oh, it was a giant Gila. See, you just can't tell. I want that 60-centimeter Gila or gummy. I want it. The yeet technique. I do respect it. I was gonna try to land on that tree. When I leave, I'm gonna try to land on that tree again. I doubt it lets me fish from up there. I think this is the highest you can fish from. Up on this waterfall. I want to see that 60 centimeter. If I catch any of those fish 60 centimeter, I'll start eating. The dream, oh. The dream would be to see a 60 centimeter piccoli. That would be so cool. Of all four of them, that would be the coolest one, probably. I think the piccoli and the Gila would be your best bet to actually put in the aquarium. The Neji might not be bad. I just don't think it looks very cool. Yeah, that would be, like, great. I've decided to keep all my record fish. I'm just keeping them in my inventory. I've got them now. Even the ones that I can't fit in the aquarium, I'm just keeping them. I've decided. Fuck it. Who's gonna stop me? No one. Especially once I name change for, like, the last few weapons. I mean, I'll just have empty spaces. No, so yes! Yes! Thank you for... Yes, thank you so much. No, it's an optical illusion. I thought I was losing my mind. So if it starts to look like that again, look at the bobber and it breaks it. It's the fact that the water is moving to the left, up to the left, and then up. It like only like really triggers from certain angles. There it is. But if you just look up at the bobber, the illusion goes away. It is. I love it. But no, I was in here alone. Nobody was here, and I was talking to myself like, am I moving? I'm totally moving. I've got stick drift. I've got fucking stick drift. God damn it. And then, like, slowly I was like, no, I'm not moving. Am I moving? I'm losing my mind. But yeah, if you just look up at the bobber, it stops moving. I should probably be falling to my death and drowning, but... We're in crazy land right now. Welcome. Sorry, I did not welcome you first. I seem to have a habit of answering questions before I welcome people, but welcome, welcome. We are fishing, looking for giant fish of all kinds. I'm looking for big Gilas, big gummies, nonkies, gobblers. Big. Anything big. Not big enough. Welcome, though. What brings you to the neighborhood? Are you a fan of Dark Cloud 2 fishing? Level 5 studios? Or are you just hanging around the internet? Sometimes it's just fun to do that. I found myself just watching a streamer advertise the other day. I was watching some Lethal Company. I had no fucking idea what was going on. But that game is funny to listen to the laughter of. I get the premise, but like, you know, it's just enjoying myself. I was making, I think I was making a quesadilla last night. Did it have meat in it? Is it a quesadilla still? Yeah, it's definitely a quesadilla. It's not a grilled cheese combo. It's not like that. It's not the melt versus grilled cheese. I think no matter what, it's a cheese quesadilla or just a chicken quesadilla. I like them big. Just hanging around? Well, welcome. It's good to have you. Fishing can be a little tedious sometimes. Sometimes you gotta weed through the little ones. But every so often, you find a little golden nugget. That's not one. So the Gila, we are looking to catch at 60 centimeters. Not a giant fish, but nobody has ever seen one that big. We believe they can get that large, but actually, you have a celebrity in chat. We have the record holder here of 57 centimeters. Now, we have seen a relative of the Gila, the Gummy, caught at 59 by, again, yours truly, not me. Not me, I don't hold these records. Secret Joestar technique. Oh shit. I was about to say, I haven't actually had a dead cast, but there's the bite. Oh, it was a creeper. My god, I can't stand those ones. Those kill me. Thankfully, they're like never actually big fish. Oh, the gobbler gets me every time. I always think it's going to be a little bit bigger than that. Essentially, though, I'm just looking for big fish. There's no rhyme or reason for any of this outside of the fact that I do like them big. And I do like them chunky. And I tried to do it myself. I caught some okay fish. I caught some okay fish. I caught no records. Absolutely no records. But I caught some okay fish. And I decided to, you know, reach out to the community, try to like see what else was going on. And like within half an hour, I found some other people fishing for big fish, and their fish just made mine look so pathetic. You playing on real hardware emulating? I'm gonna guess real hardware because everyone, yes. It's always the first thing people like notice. You're not playing on a PS4. Oh, yes, yes. This is the grainy ass PS2. I forget how crisp it is until I see somebody else's screenshots. I just think this is what the game looks like. I forget. But yes, this is my baby, my old PS2. Sadly, it's not the original disc. My original disc died. I actually could be playing on the original disc right now, though. The original disc lets me play up to Chapter 4, and then everything after that's just fucked. But I would like to see the Gila or the Gummy at 60 centimeters, just so I know what they go to. We can guess all we want, but until somebody sees one, I'm not done, technically. Because it could be fucked up, and I catch one, and all of a sudden, it's like 62 centimeters. And it's like, oh, what the fuck? I know, right? There's nothing better than opening your phone and seeing a chunky fish. Honestly, I'm telling you though, the Bobo, Nonky, and Hama Hama, 3 best fish. 3 best. If anybody tells you that those are their 3 best fish, you can sleep near that person and feel safe. They're not gonna murder you for your feet. And I said feet because you could be shoeless, and if somebody tells you that those aren't their 3 favorite fish, keep your shoes on. Let them take your shoes over your feet. But again, they tell you the Bobo, Hama Hama, or Nonky your favorite fish, that's a trustworthy person right there. 3 best fish, bam, right fucking there. Ooh, hello. Take your guesses. You got 14 meters. I want to see some guesses. You don't have to. Don't make me feel like I'm... Oh, no, I am barking at you. You don't have to guess if you don't want to. We got a gobbler. Okay. It's a good guess. It's fighting. 12? I have no idea what 12 means. Okay. 113, 128. Not bad. I'll take a picture of that. That's a good one. A big fucking fish. What do you mean surprisingly close? Accurate guesses only. No, I'm kidding. You can guess as wildly as you want. That's why I thought 12 was like out of left field. I was just like, this shit's crazy. Like, what are we doing? Stamina guesses? Is that fucking strength? What are we guessing here? It's pretty much 50-50. It is the goldfish of the game. It is the carp. Which is funny, because there's another fish that looks more like Magikarp, but it's a red snapper. Which I called it a goldfish, I think yesterday. 2 days ago? I don't know. My life is nothing but fishing, and I think I haven't been happier. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm at my happiest when my cats aren't circling my feet like fucking piranha. I love them dearly, but like, they are best described as circling piranha. But that there goldfish can get up to 171 centimeters, if not 180 centimeters. And we would like to see that. The problem is, that's rare as shit. So, you know, trying. Oh man, dead cast? Doesn't happen very often. There it goes. See, you think that? Well, the marking sin thing is absolutely true. They do that. Which is funny, because after like the 4th or 5th time that they've marked their scent, they'll start to like press their faces against something so hard that their teeth show, and then if it's skin or a cord, they'll bite it. But no, they don't want attention. When they circle my feet, there's either a litter box that needs changed because somebody has just taken the nastiest shit imaginable. Because I changed the litter box before I streamed. My hair or the dog's hair is floating in the water. Their hair's fine, but my hair or the dog hair is floating in the water dish, and they don't like that because I'll see like 2 of them sitting at the water dish looking at it, and then the 3rd one's fucking with me. And then the other situation where they come to fuck with me is there's usually like 2, maybe 3 windows that get sun during the day. And there's always 2 good ones and a shitty window. And if one of the cats gets stuck with the shitty window, they will fuck with me until I somehow make it right. But marking your scent, absolutely, yes. They do rub their faces and whatnot all over the place when they're talking to me. But it's not, yeah, they don't want love. You say that, but I think the living room, and they're like not big windows, which is what the problem is. But I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7, maybe 8 windows. And they all get sunlight. But like only 3 of them are actually getting a full cat's worth of, I can sprawl out completely, look at me, I'm better than you, you get the shitty window light. So like, it's not quite a window problem, it's a fucking, I've got 3 cats and they're all shitty to each other. They're not actually shitty to each other, but like, they're cats. What I usually have to do, and this is so fucked up, I hate my life sometimes, but what I usually have to do is just like grab a basket and put one of my pillows in it, like a clothes basket, and then put the cat in the clothes basket with a pillow and the shitty beam of light, and then suddenly the shitty beam of light is better than the other beams of light because it's got a basket and a pillow. And usually what happens is the other cats now want the shitty beam of light. The cat with the basket gets the beam of light it wanted, and then the cat gets like a little confusing. It's just give them a box. I would, but then they fucking, like the hole that they enter the box in, they'll just chew it like systematically. They'll just go inside the box and then chew the entrance systematically. They don't eat it usually. Although they do eat any elastic bands in like any shape or capacity. Like if it comes out of your pants or your underwear, or like a bra, or a rubber band, or a silicone wristband, or... Oh my god. The rubber bands that come off of asparagus, they go fucking ballistic. Ballistic for the elastic bands from asparagus. I can like shoot those across the house and they'll chase them, and then I can like sprint over and grab it as fast as I can from one of them and then shoot it to the other side. And in like 10 minutes I have them like panting and they're done for the day. But if I'm too slow, I have to like fucking fish the rubber band out of their gullet because they've already swallowed half of it. So I don't do that anymore. But actually, I don't do it anymore, and I've told this story before, because Jiraiya then poops them out and then runs through the house with a fucking rubber band and shit on his ass, and I have to fucking like finish the shit for him. And that makes me so angry. It ruins my day. I usually just lay in bed with my hands on my chest like a fucking vampire staring at the ceiling. Just like not doing anything. No music, no Pokemon, just fucking laying there. Like defeated. It's over. My day is just... If you've ever like wondered, where the fuck is he? He's not fishing today. That's weird. Is he dead? It's that. It's probably that. Because most things, I'll just get pissy and I'll stream through it or I'll record through it or it's just like, I'm in a bad mood. But like that takes it so far. Because then I have to hold him like one of those goofy cat pictures where you're holding them like a baby and they look upset. Yeah, pretty much. But like 10 minutes before that, I'm holding my cat at the sink, spraying him with cold water because I learned a month ago if you spray his shit with hot water, it's just a bad time. So you have to spray it with cold water so it's solid still so you can grab it. But like, he's never happy with it. And then yeah, like, it's a bad time. It's a fucking bad time for everybody. And then his sisters are always scared of me because they're just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what'd you do to him? And it's like, I didn't do shit. He ate a rubber band. It's like, we were all having fun playing with a rubber band and then he fucking ate it. Like, it's not my fault. But since it's 2 days later, it's my fucking fault. I'm the bad guy. My mom got glasses the other day and like, the glasses bag that they came in had these cute ass like, oh, look at our shopping bag. The fucking handles are glasses. So you could put your fingers through them like they were glasses frames. The fucker ate one of them. Just like one of the handles off the bag. Just fucking ate it. So like I'm waiting on that. I just, the fucking handle to a bag. Waiting on my cat to pass it so we can do the fucking song and dance. That's my life. Fishing and waiting for fishing shit out of my cat. And depressingly fishing emails. It's fishing all the way down. My life is a fisher. Oh, good fish though. Good fish. Plenty of fish in the sea. I'm more of a farmer's meat. There's plenty of fish in the sea and I'm a devil hole pupfish. That's a niche joke, and if you need to Google it, don't feel bad. Devil's hole pupfish. It's essentially a super rare species of fish that lives in like a random ass volcanic vent in the middle of fucking nowhere. And the fish only live in this one pool of water, so they're all related to each other. It's a weird situation. It's neat, but I would not want to be one of those fish. I do believe they're actually working on breeding them though. I don't know why. I was supposed to say, it's not like you can eat them. That's not important. I care. I do care what animals are tasty. I'm jealous that there's some animals I'll never get to taste. I'm a firm believer that we can live in a time and place where any animal can be bought at the superstore. We should have just giant, mega ecosystems where all animals are doing well. And like, it's not a problem. But like, we're fucking up. Like, what the fuck? We should have tastier options at the store and no endangered species besides the ones that are naturally endangered. Like the dodo bird. I mean, like, it sucks. But you're a flightless bird on an island and you lay 1 egg a year. Like, motherfucker. Yeah, right? Or like tiger or something. Like, I know you're not supposed to eat predators, but like, they shouldn't be so endangered that it's not an option. Like, what the fuck? We can do better. We can do better. Like, I don't think there should be an off limit. You're not supposed to. You have a higher chance of contracting, getting. Okay, gators are different because the stomach of a gator is literally just acid, just fucking acid. I should probably say, well, no, because fish are fucked up too. Honestly, alligators and snakes are just kind of their own fucking thing. Their stomach acids are just like not safe for anything to exist. Livers are typically, yeah, high in vitamins. But no, like bear meat, most canines, big cats, like those are all mammals. I need to do some more research, but like, again, I know some fish will just fuck you up with parasites. You can't. You just don't risk it. On the flip side, though, some herbivores can, I think it's called, oh, it's rabbit something. But like some herbivores are so lean that you actually don't get enough fat from eating their food. It's fucked up. It's wild how humans manage to actually get to where we are. Like we have a very like balanced diet for what we accomplish, which is also funny because you don't have to eat a balanced diet. Just don't eat sushi. I don't eat like sushi, but I love some grocery store sushi. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like probably just rabbit illness or something, or rabbit sickness. But I know some like different cultures call it like caribou sickness or something like that. But it's just, yeah, like the herbivores in the local area just don't have enough fat deposits and other vitamins for you to support yourself. It's wild. But like, if you could raise any animal and like it's not weird, think of all the different choices. But like, I'm a firm believer in all the different choices and stuff like that, like veganism, vegetarian, pescatarian, carnivorous, paleo, whatever the fuck you want to be. We are not. We are definitely omnivores. You are correct. The problem is everybody's from such diverse places now, and this is just a little personal theory. Nobody was meant to fucking travel the globe as quickly as we did, I think. And like, that's why everybody's got fucked up stomachs nowadays. Is like, nobody's stomach caught up to the biomes that they were going to. Like, your stomach biome is a very peculiar thing. And like, we change our foods so drastically day to day. I mean, like, there's literally foodies who try new things every day. And like, that can't be good for a healthy gut biome. Like, we're learning so much about the flora of people's stomachs that it's just wild. And like, for millennia, people ate fucking blueberries, goddamn sarsaparilla root, and turkeys. Or like, anywhere else on the globe, they ate 3 different types of food, and then in a different season, they ate 3 different other types of food. But again, nowadays, you could eat a different food every day. You can eat consumables that aren't even made from natural products. People have survived hundreds of days not eating food at all, just drinking water and consuming said supplements. It's wild. Like, I just genuinely don't think our stomachs were ever prepared for what we've done. And we're, like, seeing the consequence of that, finally. Yeah! Like, I think that's one of the, like, funniest things. Not, like, and I mean, that's a good example of, like, what I'm talking about. But, like, that was one thing I learned way late in life, was that just, like, the vast majority of the planet is lactose intolerant. Like, that's a very, like, hey, you grew up in a small community if you don't know that there's lactose intolerant people. And it's like, oh, I didn't realize. But yeah, that was like, I didn't even know I was. I'm lactose intolerant. But, like, I just... I didn't know. Nobody talked about that in my family. You just fucking got the belly gurgles if you drank too much milk. That's just how it works. And it's like, no, you're lactose intolerant. Stop drinking milk and you'll feel better. And it's like, fuck, man, I feel good. Why do I feel so good? And it's like, because you stopped drinking milk, you dumb fuck. It's bad for you. And it's like, oh. Can I still eat 7 chocolate bars a day? No! Oh, decent fish. Love to see it. Love to see it. Dance! Dance! Alright, not a record, but it's good fish. I have no idea why they spin. I was just thinking to myself, like, have I moved from this spot? And it's like, I don't think so. It's a bit more expensive, and unless it's something I've tried, I usually only get it, like, once, and it's just like, it's not worth it. I'd rather just fucking shit myself. Like, something crazy in the bathroom, grab it onto the walls, fucking... feeling like Alex Honnold grabbing onto anything for fucking grip. The slightest bump in a title feels like a fucking handhold. It's just like vegan stuff, like... You can get fake vegan everything, but it's just not as good. And it's so much more expensive. Although, I fuck with some brands of tofu turkey. I just honestly think tofu turkey sometimes tastes better than actual turkey. And it's always thicker cut. You always get some thick-ass cuts of tofu turkey. It's always so fucking expensive, though. It's never worth it, but sometimes I see that smoked tofu turkey and I'm like, I'm fucking feeling it today. He's beautiful. Oh, I'm telling you, there is nothing that slaps harder as like a struggle food. I mean, turkey's good, but tofu turkey on just some shitty, almost stale Wonder Bread and ketchup beats it. I mean, the bologna version is literally a 100th of the price, but like tofu turkey with ketchup tastes like a better version of a bologna sandwich, and like that's my cheap ass childhood sandwich, just a bologna sandwich with ketchup on white bread. I was a nasty ass white kid with no taste buds. Oh, I could go for that right now. Turkey's just so hard to get to be like the best meat though. Like you can make a steak so easy. You can make a chicken breast so easy. Pork chop's a little harder. Bacon's the fucking easiest meat on the planet to make tasty. But like turkey, I mean, there's literally a whole holiday about making turkey taste good, and it's a fucking pain in the ass. Ooh, that made me think. I do fuck with honey glazed ham though. Is it the highest percent of all meat? What's meat? Do bugs have meat? I don't even think so. I think bugs technically have all their protein come from their carapace. I don't even think it's technically like protein. I think it's like keratin. Like straight up, it's not even the same protein. It is protein, but I don't even think it's like straight up the same type of protein. I do know that if you want to be friendly to animals, man, the only thing you're supposed to eat is scallops because they don't have a central nervous system. So, like, even though they run and escape, they don't feel pain. Whereas plants feel fear. When you begin mowing or cutting up plants, they release pheromones to warn the other ones around them that something is happening. Which is fucked up. Scallops? Scallops ain't got shit. They flutter around in the water because they're barely moving in that little fucking thinker of theirs. They got just enough synapses to fucking do some crazy shit. I like a good turkey. But again, it's one of those things that, like, you take a bite and you're just like, this shit's dry as fuck. I'm not eating this. And it's just like, okay, there's 4 of us. You have to eat, like, a third of the fucking thing at least. And it's like, I'm not eating any. Like, that's disgusting. Oh, I've never even thought about this. My favorite type of meat, probably just off the bat, fried chicken. But I do love a good steak. Seared, pan-seared, and then finished off in the oven. I'm definitely a medium kind of guy, but I like that thick-ass crust. Like, you basically ruined the steak because the skillet was so hot, but then you throw it in a nice, slow butter bath in the oven to finish it off. That's so fucking good. I'd probably say a pot roast is next. A big ass, like, cow ass. Throw that in the crock pot for like 12 hours. That's delicious. Carrots, onion, potato, as much garlic as you can literally, like, tolerate. I'm at the point in my life, though, where, like, I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but, like, I can't identify my meat. I can't eat anything off the bone anymore. That happened after I had, like, an entire semester of dissecting animals. I just had this horrific dream one time. I was eating a puppy. Fucked me up. For, like, weeks it fucked me up. I literally couldn't look at meat anymore. I didn't even dissect a dog, was the worst fucking part. I have no idea where the fucking nightmare came from. But I could not eat meat for, like, so long. And then to make things worse, there was this fucking, like, rare-ass tick that you could get bit by from Texas that appeared out of nowhere. And if you got bit by it, you became allergic to red meat. So it was just like, oh, deer? Deer's another one that fucked me up for a while. My local Salvation Army gave away free deer meat if you were too poor, and I was too poor. So I got free deer meat. And then I found out people would basically just shoot whatever deer looked the fucking biggest and then would give the meat away because they wouldn't eat it because they were afraid of chronic wasting disease. And it's like, I'm 99.9% sure they test for that. But like, it shook me to my core. And I haven't eaten deer since. But like, oh my god, deer tacos are the best tacos I've ever had personally. I don't think you get a better ground meat than deer meat. I haven't had that for over 10 years, though. But, like, unless you live on the East Coast, I don't think you really have to worry about chronic wasting disease. And, like, even then, I don't think you actually have to worry about chronic wasting disease unless you kill and process your own deer. Because I'm pretty sure every processing place everywhere tests for it. I believe the reason deer have such a varied taste, though, is because they don't eat the same food every day. You can see the same thing happen with chickens. The second you start feeding your chickens a varied diet, their eggs taste instantly different. You can see it, too. Oh, then you have probably no... Yeah, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. It is a problem emerging in the eastern United States. What, Jojo? Oh, it's... Yeah, okay. Sorry, Jojo. It is 20 more minutes, Jojo, and then I'll feed you. How about that? 20 more minutes. Oh, I'm jealous. I bet you got good tasting deer then. No, the eastern United States is like double its carrying capacity for deer. So anytime like a minor disease pops up, it becomes a major problem. Because normally the fucking deer herds that have the disease would fucking wipe themselves out or some shit if it was bad enough. But the problem is they're so fucking packed together that like the diseases actually have a chance to spread where they normally shouldn't. But again, it's because the East Coast has no major predators anymore. So the deer are just fucking running wild. Deer's good. I just wouldn't get deer from like the corn states. And not to be judgmental of the corn state. I'm from a corn state. That's why I'm like confident in saying that. And it's not even, again, a problem within the corn states. It's just like, I wouldn't kill and process my own deer. I wouldn't risk it. Yeah, it's like not to be fucked with. I mean, there's like a whole thing about Europe and mad cow disease from like what, the 70s or some shit? Like, you don't fuck with prions or prions. Prion? P-R-I-O-N? I think it's prion. I have no idea. You don't fuck with that shit. Unraveling of the DNA is not a sentence that should be uttered as a diagnosis. That's fucked. That's like comic book shit. Oh, thank you. Prion. Can you even buy clap-on lights anymore? That shit disappeared quick. I never even got to experience it. The clapper. My god, those fucking commercials, man. Back in the day. You know, honestly, now that I look back on it, it's not even embarrassing now that streaming's a thing. I honestly used to think to myself, man, how do you get to be a fucking Billy Mays? Not that it was ever like my dream, but like, oh yeah, the fucking clap-on, yeah. I love that shit. But like, I used to think as a kid, like, how do you get that job? Just to be fucking charismatic and yell into the fucking camera selling a product. Honestly, I don't even think I ever thought I was good enough to do it. I don't think I could have sold somebody the clapper. I definitely can tell you right here and now, I couldn't sell you the slap chop. I'm jealous of that ability. You can slap your nuts. You can chop your nuts. You can go to prison. There's many things you can do with a slap chop. Who's the other guy? Anthony something. Ugh, he used to boil my blood. He thought he was just as good. Alright, so I apologize. This might be dry. But it does happen sometimes. Sometimes I catch all the big fish at the start of the stream, early in the day, or in the first few minutes, or, you know, like, I'm swapping between games, and then I just play for 20 minutes, and I catch a big fish, and then the rest of the day is just nothing but this. I apologize. Obviously, I would like to catch monster fish all day as well, but sometimes it's just not in the cards. We're trying, though. We're grinding. Nose is to the grindstone, and we're out here. I'm feeling this one. Boom! Nope, ain't shit. Ain't shit but a gummy 29 centimeters. Oh, 48. That's good as shit, actually. Well, compared to 20. Poor JoJo. She just jumped out of the window. And she's down. She was in the window too long. She cooked herself. In 12 minutes, I'm going to feed the cats, feed the dog. I'm not really hungry, so I'll probably just grab a drink for myself personally. What else can I do? Their litter box doesn't need changed. Their water doesn't need changed. I should go outside and make sure my laundry isn't sitting on the ground because it is windy and sometimes the wind catches it from underneath and blows all my laundry on the fucking ground, and that's fucked. If you have ever experienced being poked by a cactus, you'll understand this. There's nothing more fucked up than your laundry hitting the ground and you pick it up and don't shake it off properly, and then you go to put it on or lay on your sheets later, and there's fucking cactus thorns in it. You got your fucking defenses lowered, you're comfortable in bed, and all of a sudden, into your fucking inner thigh is the fucking thorn of Satan. And if you struggle, you might just fucking poke it in further. So you gotta like fucking tense and like assess, because if you just start rolling, you might snap it and you ain't getting that fucker out. Shit sucks. Like, it does not matter what kind of desert it is. If it is a desert, it's got something fucking like spiny in it. The plants don't want eaten. It's fucked up. You realize it the second you go to your first desert, but like the plants don't want eaten. Even the grass doesn't want eaten, and you're like, well, what do you mean? And it's like fiberglass. You touch the grass and it has like fiberglass thorns in it, and it's like, it's just the fucking grass, and it sucks. Decent fish, not a record, but decent. Probably another 90 to 100. You love to see it. 77, a little off. Bad guess on my half. I got in some animal argument the other day on Reddit, and I just had to delete the post. I say the other day, it might have been a week ago. But there was like this post where they were like, camels have adapted to eat cactuses. And it was just like, aren't cactuses from like North America? And camels are like not from North America? And everybody was just like, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure that's how fucking geography works. Yes, some do. But like in the desert where water is a scarce resource, those plants will fuck you up. Actually, what's really neat is a lot of the plants will fuck you up, but their flowers specifically are super available to all pollinators. Like agave. Agave is one of those plants that's really neat once you know the story of it. Because, I mean, agave leaves, unless you're like a fucking, like, wild boar or something, the skin's too thick to just fucking bite through. It's crazy. And then it's got these nasty saw blade-like spines, and then on the end is a single spine that is so sharp, like, I'm not even shitting you, if you bump into it, it just pierces you. Like, it goes as deep as you've bumped into it. Like, it's fucked up how sharp they are. You could blind yourself so easily, it's scary. But since the plant's a fucked up death ball of just spikes, they bloom like 5 or 6 feet above the actual plant itself. So like hummingbirds and other birds can very easily get to the flower. I'd say bees and flies, but like the other cactuses out here that are like over 6 feet tall, what are they called? There's like saguaro cactuses, there's like some gigantus cactus that's like more on the border between New Mexico, Arizona, and Mexico. And then like as you go into Mexico, they're even more common. I think the saguaro is only in Arizona and California. And then there's like this other cactus. It's like not a barrel cactus, but it's not a saguaro cactus, but they get like 6 feet tall, but they don't have arms. But like, it's so cool when they get their cactuses because they're always just on the top of the cactus and super brightly colored. It's always pretty. But don't let it fool you. I used to live on the east coast of the United States, and those plants will fuck you up just as much. I honestly will take most cactus spines any day over the shit from the east coast. I don't know about Norway, but oh shit, I almost missed that fish. That was crazy. But like, we've got poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac over here. And it'll cause blisters on your skin. It's like, it's a chemical reaction. It's fucked up. It's an oil in the plant. I can't remember. I think they call it poison wood in Jamaica. Yeah. I don't miss that shit one bit. I either never caught it that bad and just misremembering suffering it, but like when I got older, I had like a weed eating job one time I did for a neighbor, and it was only like halfway through that I realized I was fucking like just covered in it. Just covered in the oil, and I was just like, well, this is it for me. I've been touching my face. And like I remember the days were just going by, and I just kept thinking like, oh, it's over for me. That's funny that, yeah, I don't know why Automod did that. I didn't even think I had an Automod. I have no idea what's... I distinctly remember clicking don't ban the usual words. I don't think you can eat the berries from poison ivy. I'm like 90% sure you can't eat the berries. I know birds do, or certain birds do. I don't think all birds do, but I'm 90% sure people can't. I believe you can drink the milk of a goat that's eaten poison ivy and develop immunity to it. But I'm pretty sure if you eat anything from the poison ivy plant, you're going to the hospital. Jojo, only 3 more minutes and I'll feed you. You actually look like you're dying. Not weight-wise, but the way you're holding yourself right now. She's got like that little kid look where they're like, oh my god, we're going to SeaWorld. And it's like, okay, it's a 12-hour drive. Like, fall asleep, kid. Like, don't stay awake the whole time. And you look back and at like hour 5, they're just fucking like trying to stay awake. And they're doing that thing where like they open their eyes and then they slowly close them. But like, she's a slightly overweight cat, so it's less cute. It's still cute, but like, she's a slightly overweight cat waiting to be fed. So like, it's less cute. Oh, nice fish. Not a record, but a nice fish. So that's the kind of play we're looking for, but we want more than that. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Okay, stream is at 2 hours, recording's at 1 hour 58 minutes. Because I kind of started stream early. I didn't mean to. I accidentally clicked the button while I was dicking around with shit. That was a wild sentence to say, but my low vocabulary led to it. Anyways, I was still watching a YouTube video and eating the last of my... It's like a... something enchilada. It was good. It was a white sauce. Fucking love rice and like enchiladas, that fried rice and enchilada with white sauce. Oh, love that shit. There is some, but our ancestors wiped everything off the face of the earth. I'm not like a believer in dragons, but like I would just love it one day if we somehow found proof that it was just like, oh fuck, there weren't dragons, there were 40-foot bats. What the fuck? Oh, and they don't shoot fire, they shoot fucking poisonous clouds of bullshit. What the fuck is this shit? Look at these things. And it's just a giant bat like solidified in amber in a fucking cave somebody's gonna find in like 20 years. And it's just like, oh, that's why our ancestors fucking slaughtered everything that moved. Those shits were real. Oh god, what else from the fucking fairy tales were real? Because I mean, like, it was like 200 years ago that you could fucking be carried off. Oh, 200? What was 200 years ago? 1800s. Could you still be carried off by a wolf in the woods, 1800s? I think so. Yeah, but I'm talking more like... There are definitely super predators that we laugh about today that not long ago fucked us up on a regular basis. I mean, we're still finding evidence of, like, the Denisovians in caves being eaten by birds 500,000 years ago or some shit. And, like, 500,000 years ago is a long time. But not to be lower than a bird on the food chain. I'd like to think that your ancestors and our ancestors and everybody's fucking wherever you are on the planet weren't getting eaten by birds less than 1,000,000 years ago. A bad fucking tooth was a death sentence, like, last week. I was reading that we simply don't eat aggressively enough, and that's why our jaws are smaller. If people nowadays ate more aggressively, our jaws would actually fit the teeth. I thought it was a genetic thing, that our jaws have gotten smaller, but I was reading this thing that somebody was arguing. It was actually just the fact that we don't rip and tear anymore. We cut and, like, masticate until the point where our food's like mush. We don't rip and tear it into shreds. We cut and chew. I don't know how much, like, actual truth there was to it, but it sounded legit. I also don't want to be that guy from that weird-ass commercial that puts the fucking rubber ball in his mouth on a necklace and chews on it. Hey, we just gotta keep evolving. In 200 years, there's gonna be people who can literally live off of just nerds rope. Their bodies will, like, synthesize protein out of the nerds. Okay, I think my cats are into something. Hey, motherfuckers! Now I feel bad. I yelled at the dog and he was just drinking obnoxiously loud. I mean, he was drinking so loud I could hear him through my headset, through a door. So, like, I don't know how he was fucking drinking that loud, but I did look out the door and he was fucking face deep in the water bowl, so, like, I did kind of feel bad, but... I mean, for God's sakes, was he fucking drowning out there? But, alright, we're gonna catch one more fish. Bam! Oh, God damn it. I have not called it once today. Oh, shit, this is like the smallest fucking fish possible. Oh, there's the bar. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to... How many fish do we have? Might as well do this real quick. Let me do this real quick. So that when I come back, we can just get back to fishing. And my inventory isn't full of fish. But I am gonna go feed the dog, feed the cats, and hopefully be back in less than 15 minutes. 15 is usually about the longest it takes me. Sometimes it takes me upwards of 30 minutes. But if it takes me 30 minutes, I usually say give me 20 minutes. And then I give, like, little updates throughout the whole thing, or I try to. But it usually doesn't take me 15 minutes, but it does sometimes. Most of the time. Not every time. I try my best. Add the fish to your weapon. I think, are they all scale? Probably. That one should be beast. Come on. Oh, I'd have deleted my fish. Yeah, they're all scale. And then we have the fucking frozen tuna. Which you can't eat. Alright, so I will be back. YouTube, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. It's been a wonderful day. I'll see you here in a little bit if you're watching the next one. But since you're on YouTube, you can kind of watch them whenever you want. But I appreciate it. Take care.